Listener discretion advised.
Now, here's Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
Here is the phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191, fax number 310-854-4455. I am Adam Carolla. He's Dr. Drew. He's a board-certified physician, addiction medicine specialist. Tonight, our very special guest, for about 5 minutes until he acts up or farts, is my young Catholic little brother, Nate. Now, when I say Catholic little brother, I don't mean that he's Catholic or that I'm Catholic, but that I got involved with the Catholic Big Brother organization here in Los Angeles about 4 years ago, and I've been molding the youth of this city ever since.
We will have to contact the organization.
One kid at a time. Don't turn me in. I don't know if I ever told you this, Drew, but there's a very rigorous screening program because obviously they don't want the sickos.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course.
There. Yeah, because it's like,
easily.
Hey, free slaves. Yeah, they don't want Bobo, the pedophile clown, adopting a kid. One of the questions during the 2-hour oral examination in becoming a big brother was, how many times a day would you say you think about sex?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I lied my ass off.
Yeah,
Are you kidding?
Obviously.
I said 3 times. I don't know. It sounded about right. It was the morning.
It's the Holy Trinity.
Exactly. And it was good. Also, next week we have Thomas Calabro. You know him as Dr. Mancini from Melrose Place. Slayer, Imperial Drag, those bands will be coming in next week. So full plate next week. But tonight it's just me, Drew, and the seldom heard young Nate. He'll be in here to show off his new teenage bad mustache. You know, when I met him, he was just 13. He didn't have the stash going. We'll talk about, health class and phone sex and all kinds of good computer dating and all the stuff he has expertise in. But until then, we're going to go to the phones. Vanessa, 17, you're on Loveline.
Yes, I was wondering whether or not there was a way to tell if a guy's a virgin.
Guy have a hymen?
No, I mean, besides
Guyman.
telling him...
Ooh, the Guyman. I'm punchy, Drew. You stop me if I get out of control tonight.
I'm trying.
Drew's on 4 hours sleep. I'm on 3 hours sleep.
Well, there was always the other...
The Bahyman. Yeah, but that's... You mean a virgin...
Like pure.
Yeah, with
like not had sex with a woman, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that would be his word.
Vanessa.
Really?
Vanessa.
Huh?
Let me tell you something. No need for this test at all. No need to decipher whether a man has been a virgin because half the guys that are virgins will lie to you and say that they aren't anyway. No guy's going to deny that. Am I right, Drew?
Right. Well, I don't know. What's the circumstance, Vanessa?
Oh, no, I was just wondering because...
No way to tell, okay?
Oh, okay. Thank you.
All right. Well, we're right out of the gate again. Brett, 19, you're on Loveline.
Hi.
Hey.
How you guys doing?
We're tired, but go ahead.
All right. I'll make this quick. I go to school in Ohio, and I'm seeing a girl there, and since it's summer, she's going away to France, and her ex-boyfriend is also traveling France, and she's staying at his place for 2 days. And they have a past thing going. So I don't know if I should mention something to her. I don't know if I should tell her I want to continue for next year. I don't want to seem overprotective. I don't know. What do you guys recommend?
They need some sort of Denver boot you can put on a woman when she travels abroad. You know, that thing they slap on your car tire when you haven't paid your parking ticket so they know it's not going anywhere?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that for the woman.
Something like a belt or
house arrest monitor?
Chastity belt.
Exactly. With some sort of like infrared moisture seeker or something on there. I don't know. I haven't worked it out yet, Brett, but rest assured my boys are busy in the lab as we speak.
Yeah.
All right, look. I'm not clear here what's going on. Is this a relationship that is presently intact?
Well, it's an open deal.
Yeah. So, it sounds like it's open to the point of being like maybe we'll have a relationship again when I get back from France.
Brett, you know what open means? It means her legs are going to be open too when she's in.
Oh,
yes,
brilliant humor.
Yes, the City of Lights, the gay city, Gay Paris.
Wow.
Yes, people fall in love there. They say you've never been kissed until you've been kissed in the City of Lights.
I mean, two people who know each other overseas alone. I mean, it's something who've been together before. And you said there's not a lot of barrier to that if they've already been together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, you say that they're both traveling through France at the same time, or that he lives there?
Well, she'll be in one part of France, and he lives in another. So.
Oh, he lives there.
Well, for the
he's living
year.
there.
All right, here's two things you have going for you. Only he's been there for a year?
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know if that's long enough to take, but he could have turned gay by now.
Okay.
Or his body odor could be so unbearable that she could not tolerate him. So you have those two things going for you.
That's rough. I don't know.
I would suggest you kind of get on with your life a little bit for the summer and see.
Really?
Just don't worry about it and see where you are when she gets back.
So don't even mention anything.
I just think...
Well, if you really want a commitment, you have to then make a commitment.
In a strange way, open means closed.
Okay.
That for the time being, the issue's closed, and maybe it'll be opened again when she gets back in the fall.
All right, Socrates, you're on a roll tonight. Jim, 18, you're on Loveline.
Yeah, I got a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Okay, this is going to sound probably pretty odd. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, every time I have sex, and it doesn't matter if it's with a condom or not, I get like this burning pain, like somebody's putting a lit cigarette on the side of my penis. And then like a little while later, maybe a couple hours, maybe the next day, it won't really like scab over, but all the skin will peel off and like harden up.
It sounds like herpes.
I've been tested for that.
Sounds like
I don't have sores.
Sounds like what, Drew?
Happies. Excuse
Thank
me.
you.
Adam is just correcting me. He doesn't want to frighten the all of America with
the terminology herpes.
Right.
People tend to be closed off when you say herpes, so I call it happies, and it makes an environment that people can talk about it comfortably.
Lovely.
What do you mean? You're describing a sore. What do you mean you don't have a sore?
It's not like a sore. It's almost like a rug burn.
Right. That's what herpes can look like.
That's what?
That's what herpes can look like. And what do you mean?
But it goes away.
That's right. That's what herpes does. It comes and it goes and it comes and it goes forever. And it usually comes back in the same spot every time.
It's pretty big. It's about the size of like a dime.
Jim, I have to ask an important question.
Yeah.
You're not dry humping a remnants pile at Carpeteria, are you?
No.
Okay. I had to ask.
I mean, and ulcers that burn or hurt are herpes until proven otherwise. Really, I mean, they could be. There are other things that really on the genitals. It is.
I mean, it's not like a sore though. Really, it just immediately afterwards it hurts, and then it's like kind of a scab type thing, and then when that goes off, the skin underneath is fine and everything. I don't have any outward sore.
Yeah, I'm not. Somebody would have to look at it when you're having that lesion. Okay, that's the only way to tell what it is.
So, Jim, you got to go to a doctor after you have sex next.
Okay.
All right.
There are other ulcerating diseases, most of which cause non-painful ulcers, like chancroid and LGV and things like that. But
Jim,
get it looked at when you have one.
Just a quick question, real quick. You don't think it could be like a friction kind of thing or anything like that?
Yeah, it can be. But it's not likely to be in the same spot every time, and herpes typically will come out or be activated by irritation. So it needs to be looked at, okay?
Jim?
Yeah?
You're not masturbating with your Mask Avenger secret decoder ring on, are you?
No, I take that off.
Okay, very good. Because he knows what you're doing. Amelia?
Yes,
You're 20?
it's Amia.
Okay.
Well, I have a question for Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
Lately I've been having these dreams of being with another woman, and I know I'm not a lesbian because I like men, but I just recently got out of a relationship with a guy who kind of hurt me pretty bad, and
Right.
I don't know if maybe I'm having these dreams because of that.
Sure. I mean, that certainly it makes sense why you'd sort of have an aversion to men for the time being. Just because you're attracted to women or that you have erotic feelings about women doesn't mean you're a lesbian or going to choose
Well,
to
I'm
have
not
sex.
attracted to women.
Yeah, but you're having it's just how those sorts of feelings are being expressed right now in your dreams. I don't think you should be disturbed by this at all. Women tend to have those kinds of feelings much more readily for same sex than men. For many, many reasons. There's not as many societal barriers for women. Women tend to be what we identify as sexual in our society. So just it sounds fine. You shouldn't be worried about it. I don't think, relax. Okay?
You're not falling asleep with a Ethel Merman record on, are you?
No, I listen to Alanis Morissette a lot.
Yeah, that could be
I know,
something.
But see, it's not that I'm a lesbian. I do not have sexual feelings for women.
Yeah, we got it.
Okay,
and that's the bottom line.
Let me tell you, put a little Jim Croce on next time you nod off.
Why?
That'll keep you on the straight and narrow.
Oh, I see.
He's a big, ugly guy. You do nothing but think about guys when you think about Jim Croce. Jason, 16, you're on Loveline.
Yeah, I've got a friend, and I'm really good friends with him, you know, and he's going out with this other girl who I'm really good friends with too, and supposedly he's going to be dumping her after her birthday, which is in like 3 weeks, and I was wondering if I should tell her or not tell her or what.
She is your friend?
Yeah, I'm good friends with both of them.
I think you ought to stay out of their relationship, but be there to be supportive of this girl when this happens.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you hear he was going to be dumping her?
Well, he's like joked around about it, you know, before, and then tonight though, another one of our really good friends told me about it.
All right, so let me just recap.
Okay.
You got one good friend.
Right.
You got another good friend. She's a female.
Mm-hmm.
The good male friend may be dumping your good female friend, and you heard this through another good friend of yours.
Yeah, and from him.
Oh, okay. Had enough of that.
Woohoo!
That, my God, it was like frickin' Roots. We've never gone back that many generations. Please, at least have it just be about your friend.
Or you.
Okay. Peter, 25.
Yeah, hi.
Hey.
I have a sort of a strange problem. I don't enjoy sex, and I haven't enjoyed it ever since I went through puberty. And, I don't really know anything. I don't know anybody else who just doesn't find sex interesting. And I know most guys,
do you
that's all
have
they think about.
Do you have normal sort of sexual drive?
No. I mean, I don't even really think about it. I'd rather read a book.
Masturbate?
Once in a while. It's masturbating's like, going to the bathroom, which is something you kind of have to do and get it over with, and then I go on to other things I have to do during the day.
Have you had any real bad experiences with your sexuality in the past or in the remote?
No. I mean, no, I haven't. No, nothing negative. I mean, I've had bad relationships, but everyone has.
And that's with females?
Males, no.
With males?
Yeah.
So you're gay?
Yeah.
And you already have that one carded up, so...
I'm sorry?
I'm talking to Adam. I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't even thinking. I'm too tired to even think
you
that
are.
way.
You're out. You're gone.
All right. I'm doing it on auto frickin' pilot.
Listen to Peter.
Though.
Listen to Peter for crying out loud.
I'm listening to Peter.
All right, Peter.
Peter's 49. He plays the cello, and he's in a bad marriage. Am I right?
He's 25. He's gay, and he has no sexual feelings to speak of.
All right.
Not really, no.
Peter, but do you ever think about women?
No.
Okay, think about guys.
Yeah.
All right, here's what I'm guessing what's going on with Peter.
And you are guessing at this point.
Absolutely
You
not.
haven't heard the call.
No. Hey, Drew, just because you feel like stopping midstream and questioning me about something I wasn't thinking about, jackass.
Go ahead.
All right, Peter. And you're going to kiss my ass when I'm done with Peter.
I doubt it.
I'm going to hop up on the table and spread my cheeks.
All right.
All right, here's the deal, Peter.
Mm-hmm.
You come from a family that's not real proud about you being gay.
No, they're fine with it.
Don't ruin my hypotheses this early into it. Somewhere in you don't feel real comfortable with your selection, your proclivity, as it were.
No, I'm very happy.
Oh, for Christ's sake, Peter! Really, I'm grasping at straws here. I slept for 3 hours. Would you give me a break? Somewhere, some in some fiber somewhere in your body, there's a part of you that doesn't think it's okay. Maybe did you go to Catholic school?
A long time ago, but
okay, all right, okay. Now we're getting somewhere. You don't feel like it's right. Now you don't like women, but there's a part of you that feels like it's not right to be with men. Maybe you feel a little bit guilty about it. Believe me, it'll come in the form of just not feeling anything at all. Here's the way it'll work: either that, or you'll kill and rape men and stash them in the underpinning of your parents' house. He's gone the other direction. Thankfully, he's not killing anyone. So you don't feel right with it. So you have to get past that, and then it will free you up sexually. Yes, Drew. Oh, yes.
You were doing better. We were talking about smuggling fruit out of Nevada. Really? Really?
Drew, I'm right.
Oh, yeah.
Peter?
Peter,
Yeah.
obviously there is something disturbing you in some fashion. Whatever it is, we can't figure out in a couple minutes on the radio here. If it is really something that is disturbing your ability to have meaningful relationships, physical, emotional, otherwise, if you feel like something's not connecting, why don't you go get some professional help for that?
Well, so, I mean, that's my question. I mean, you think it's not normal.
It may be normal for you. I mean, some people have different degrees of sexual desire. There's no doubt about it. For some people, it's really not much. But for you, it sounds like it's a little more than that. They're kind of disturbed about it. And if not, then don't worry about it. That's just you.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I would suggest that he gets involved with one of those, gay counseling groups or, those groups, the gay groups.
Well, I mean, you're focused on the fact that he has some shame about being gay. That's the reason. It can be a reason, but there are probably a 1,000 other reasons it could be.
All right. Thanks for watering that down, Drew.
Well,
I'm going with Jane. I'm going with Jane, 23. Going on a feeling here, Jane. Don't disappoint me.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. You're on the air.
I have a question for Dr. Drew, but I wanted to tell you guys are really hilarious, and I listen to you guys all the time. And you guys
I hate it when
great,
people say.
To say to Adam that you have the greatest analogies. It cracks me up.
Thank you. I like to think of myself as a young radio guy.
Jane.
Okay, my question is, I've been hearing from some people that I was talking to some friends, and I have this problem when I have sex. Sometimes it really hurts, like it's going in the wrong place. And some people have told me that it's really common for people to have two openings in their vagina, something that doesn't lead to something.
No.
It's called cul-de-sac syndrome.
Now, don't make fun of me. This is really sensitive.
There can be what are called bifurcations and things, the uterus, for instance. But there are. Tell me what the symptom is.
Know a girl, Drew.
What?
Seriously?
What?
God's honest. Have a friend. Know her. As a matter of fact, well, I don't want to say too much about her. Know her well. Mm-hmm. Never have had the pleasure of testing out her her Siamese orifices, but she has them. Two vaginas.
Not two vaginas.
Well, not two separate vaginas, but I mean two openings. I knew a guy who dated her for years. He would have sex with her on one side, and when she got tired or sore, he would switch to the other side. And she's in medical books and stuff.
Okay, but that's how unusual that is.
Like one in every three chicks.
It's really common.
No.
And?
No.
Two or three.
I'm sorry?
She didn't like that.
She didn't say no, though.
No.
Well, see, okay, because I haven't gone to the gynecologist.
No, Jane, look, tell me the symptom you're having.
Would he charge double?
What is the symptom you're having? Yeah, please help me. What is the symptom?
Well, okay, sometimes, I don't know, it's hard to explain, but when I have sex, it's sometimes it's really great, but then other times when you're having sex and then all of a sudden it just you get this sharp pain because...
All right, that is a normal phenomenon. It could be caused by many different things. It could be ovarian cyst. I mean, there's so many things that can cause that. It's just almost not worth listing them here right now, but they're common things like endometriosis, ovarian cyst. Your uterus can kind of flop over in different directions and can be irritating.
That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, and this is normal. This is normal, but you ought to go get a pelvic exam. You are sexually active. You should be sure to get pap smears every year. After all, you got to understand that cervical cancer kills women your age. That's why you have to get the pap smear every year. Okay?
Okay.
And if you if you have herpes, warts, if you were sexually active at a young age, your risk of cervical cancer is higher than average. So get it checked out. Hey,
Jacob, 24, you're on Loveline.
Oh.
Hey.
What are you doing?
Well, we got time for Jacob.
It's about time.
Damn straight. You've been on hold for a whole 7 minutes, you son of a bitch.
Careful. Yeah, I got a question. Actually, it has to do with an invasion of privacy.
All right, Drew, you were right.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll put Jacob on hold. Jacob, collect your thoughts, would you, for Christ's sake? No one wants to hear your long, drawn-out, theatrical sighs over the air. This is not dinner theater. It's talk radio. Am I right, Drew?
I thought so. Although tonight...
I think it only feels like we're doing a bad show, Drew. I think in reality we're doing a good show.
Whatever.
Yeah, all right. Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. Fax number 310-854-4455. I'm Adam Carolla. He is Dr. Drew. In the studio, the man I made out of a lump of clay, like when God formed the woman, except for he's all man. He's my Catholic little bro. His name is Nate, and he's a man now, aren't you, Nate?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, okay, fantastic.
I'm going to have to reach over there and smack you.
Relax there. Now, why don't you tell the listeners how I've helped you in your life for just 1 second? Because they all think of me as sort of a self-promoting, money-grubbing, wisecracking SOB. But tell them about Adam.
Tell them about how you teach me to jerk off in class and all that?
All right. Enough,
that kind of stuff?
Enough wisecracking out of you, for Christ's sake. Trying to get a compliment out of the boy.
It's not going to happen.
Absolutely not.
Not going to happen.
All right, we're going back to the phone. Mind your manners over there, Nate.
Okay.
Crystal, 21, you're on Loveline.
Hi.
Hey.
How's it going, guys?
Good.
I love your show, and your whatever you call them are great.
Analogies. Metaphors.
I was calling about, you said the double vagina thing?
Right. I said that apparently Adam knew somebody who truly had two separate vaginas, and I thought that was exceedingly rare. That you can have two uteruses, you can have bifurcated uteruses, you can even have bifurcation of other things, but not the vagina typically.
Well, I think what I have is called a bicornuate uterus.
Right, which is
and it's
that's a pretty common thing.
Is it really?
Yeah. I mean, it's not nearly so rare as this what Adam is referring to.
Now, what does she have?
She has a uterus that goes like this.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Here,
it's like split down the middle.
Here's the cervix here.
Makes for painful.
There's a vagina here.
So if the uterus was a commercial office space, a new tenant would come in and just like sort of build a wall and subdivide the place?
Right.
Pretty much.
Now, what do you do with the kids? I mean, the youngins, the embryos and stuff.
I was told that I'd have, I forgot the word, I'm sorry. Like aborted, like self-abortion kind of thing.
Miscarriages.
Yeah.
Sorry. You have a higher potential for that.
But she can still have kids one day, right?
I believe so.
Because
I was wondering about fixing that.
I'm not a gynecologist, so I couldn't tell you if they necessarily have to do that.
I was told they could like cut it out.
Yeah, I'm sure they can. They can do various kinds of procedures to this sort of thing. I'm not sure if it's necessary, though. You'd have to talk to your gynecologist about that.
Okay.
Okay.
And I was calling. Also, I have a question. My sister's been freaking out lately. She she got a new mole, and she's freaking out because she thinks it's like cancer and stuff. How can you tell if they're cancerous?
If they're very, very dark, if they have scalloped borders, like somebody took a bite out of the side of it, if they have any red, white, or blue discoloration.
Red, white, or blue?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Would that be on the outside of it?
Like sort of mixed in, any weird discoloration like that. But the scallop border is sort of a characteristic thing, and then they spread fast very often.
Okay.
That's not necessarily a marker.
All right, Crystal.
I guess that's it.
All righty. Good luck with the Twin Towers there. Jim.
Yeah?
You're on Loveline. You're 19.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm really, really, really shy. I mean, I've only been in one relationship in my life. It lasted for 4 months, and I never even got around to kissing the girl.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. It just scares me. It scares the living hell out of me.
All right. Hold on a sec, Jim, because we're going to help you out. And now, Nate, don't crack wise with me. I'll send you back to the home.
Okay.
He doesn't come from a home, but I like to threaten that anyway. Now, seriously, you're computer buff. You like the computers. You talk on the Internet.
Yeah.
Well,
you meet. No, relax, Jim. Talking to young Nate now. You've met women over the Internet.
Yeah.
Have you not?
Yes, I have.
They've lived in Kentucky, and you borrowed my phone card to talk to them, but that's all right. You paid me back. There's no problem there.
Of course, I always pay you back.
Now, how do you do that? Jim's a shy guy. It'd be hard or difficult for him to maybe approach a woman. How does one go about meeting ladies over the Internet?
It's not that hard to do. You have to do some research yourself on what you want to do. Like if you want to go on like America Online, or do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, Drew, what do you think? If a guy's shy, but he's a good guy, here's a way you can sort of establish a relationship before you actually find out that they're a heavy-set truck driver.
Right. Yeah, that could also sort of add to his neurosis.
You mean it'd be
reinforce it?
We call that an enabler, Drew.
Well, enabling a little bit. But Jim is more than that, though, because even once he gets in a relationship, he remains terribly inhibited, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had a 4-month relationship, you couldn't kiss the girl.
I can't be assertive.
Well, this is more than not being assertive.
Okay, so you have your self-esteem was squelched
Maybe,
somewhere along the line.
Or shame or something, perhaps.
What happened, Jim?
I used to. My dad's in the Navy, and I used to live in Japan. And when I finally did come back to the United States, I went to a landlocked state who people didn't even actually move across the street. And so from then until about my end of the junior year of high school, I didn't have any friends.
So you never had any opportunity to develop any social skills.
Yeah.
So naturally enough, when you were thrown into a high school environment where everybody else is so seemingly skillful, though believe me, inept at interpersonal and social relations, you could never get caught up. You can kind of relate to that a little bit. Not
What
the
do you
social
mean?
side.
That was BMOC, baby.
I don't mean the social side, but some of the stuff that the hippie school did to you.
Big man on campus, producer Ann over there. With
I got it, smartass.
It's your thought bubble. There's a little hamster running on a wheel. No idea what's going on. I saw you mouth BMOC.
That's not what I was mouthing.
Oh. Jim, but nothing horrible happened. I mean, you weren't raped by a biker gang or anything like that.
No.
I mean, they could be just lacking. I had a
Right.
sense.
Okay, but I'm saying here's what I'm trying to get to, Drew. Is it something that Jim could sort of work around
Yes, work
in a
up to.
fairly timely manner, or is it some atrocity happen to him that's going to take years of therapy?
My sense is, and this may be inaccurate, but that he, in a supportive environment, if he had the support of other people somehow, if he could develop that he could slowly develop some skills if he worked on it. And then have some more meaningful relationships.
Jim, I rarely do this, but I'm going to bestow the power of Adam upon you.
Thanks.
Wait a minute. Put the phone up to your forehead.
Okay.
Okay, is it on your forehead?
Mm-hmm.
Can you barely hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. All right, you ready?
Yep.
You don't know what you're going to say, do you?
Oh,
you
absolutely.
have no idea.
Wait a minute. Absolutely, I do. That's what I was waiting for. I am all-seeing and all-knowing. I have the power of 10 men. I will go forth and conquer. There's no woman too tall, too busty, who wears too much hairspray or too much eyeshadow that shall intimidate me again. There's no man with biceps large enough that he can conquer me. There's no job application I cannot fill in or fill out. Even the all-knowing one screws up every once in a while. There's no mountain too high, no river too deep, no valley too wide. What's the rest of that Supreme song, Drew? I will go forth from this day on and conquer, and I will fight like ape. Jim?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right. I think that helped.
Oh, yeah.
I gave that same speech to Nate the first day I met.
You see. And he maintained
his... You can see where I turned out.
Right.
You're doing great. What are you talking about? Matt, 20, you're on Loveline.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Okay, I got a problem.
I haven't said fight like ape in a while. Yeah.
Okay, I'm 20, and I'm attracted to a 31-year-old woman.
Attracted to her, or you're involved with her?
Attracted to her. I haven't gotten that far.
Well, is she married?
No, she's divorced.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me tell you, there's nothing wrong with being attracted. I mean, when I was 11, I was attracted to the cast of Charlie's Angels, who were probably in their early 30s at the time. Nothing wrong with that. You gonna make a move on her?
Well, see, that's the problem. I'm pretty scared.
Uh-huh.
I had a really bad relationship before. This was over 8 months ago.
Well, what was that one like? Was that with an older person also?
No, she was younger than me, and she just wanted to cheat on me and take my money.
Mm.
And the problem was I loved her, and it's kind of my fault for falling for the town pump, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Matt?
Yeah?
So you have genuine feelings for this 31-year-old?
I guess.
What do you think? What is your guess? What do you think she thinks of you?
I talk to her a lot. I mean, she's my friend, but I'd like to take it further, you know.
Mm-hmm. But what do you think would happen if you tried?
She'd probably tell me no, I'm too young.
Mm-hmm. So she's got some sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because for you, it's a great, it's a big feather in your cap. To her, it's a little weird. 31-year-old, been divorced, going out with a 20-year-old. You seem like a good guy, Matt, but for a woman, that is kind of a step backwards.
That, and it sounds like Matt is pretty open or easily gets involved in these relationships, perhaps overly involved. And
Yeah.
you're in a different place in your life than she is, and it's just going to end up in a lot of discomfort for you, I suspect, and possibly for her too.
All right, Matt, so maybe you should let this one by.
Yeah.
And find yourself someone about your age, and someone who's not the town pump, and someone who's, got her feet on the ground and is going to treat you like you deserve.
Oh, see, that's the problem. I have a really big hard time trying to meet women. I mean, I go out, and, I'll see a good-looking girl, and that's it. I'll see her. I'm afraid to go talk to her because, I'm afraid of the same thing happening all over again.
Well, here's the deal. I will settle the mystery for you. If you go up and talk to a good-looking girl,
yeah,
she will shoot you down. But you go anyway. Because after you get shot down about 300 times, you actually get one that will have a conversation with you. And that's what you got to do. But if you don't play, you can't win.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like the lotto. Yeah, the godforsaken lottery. Legalize gambling. Telling you not, it's poor person's gambling, this godforsaken lottery. I hate the lottery.
Why is it a poor person's game?
Because only poor people play. You see the people in the line waiting for those lotto tickets, those morons, wearing slippers and a house coat, spending their welfare check on lotto tickets. Another one of those stupid government ideas. Try to make gambling illegal, but they're going to make lottery legal. What kind of stupid message is that? It's no wonder everyone says, they say gambling's illegal, and everyone says, screw you.
Right.
Because it's a dumb, mixed message.
Right. I agree.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. Amazing.
Nate, what do you think?
Well, you should probably know that the lottery, some of it goes to educational funds.
That's right.
Very little of it, apparently, though.
Yeah.
That's right. And have you seen any lottery money at your school?
Nope.
All right, then.
Hey there, this is Florence Henderson. Remember me? Well, you're listening to Loveline with that gorgeous Dr. Drew.
And Adam Carolla.
Yes, I guess Florence must have hit menopause, right, as she was saying my name. 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191, fax number 310-854-4455. Remember, kiddies, next week, Thomas Calabro. You know him as Dr. Mancini from Melrose Place. Also, Slayer and Imperial Drag. And, hold on one second. Hey, Drew! We're doing a goddamn radio show! For Christ's sake, Drew. What do you think? What do you are you getting paid? If you're not getting paid, that's fine. Okay, Drew's back in the studio. We're ready to carry on. Drew, you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, fantastic. Daniel, 18, you're on Loveline.
Hello. You guys already answered one of my questions, but I have another question now. I answered an ad in a paper to be a house person, cleaning a house person, and watch the house for this person while he's gone. And it happened that he is the inventor of the Orbitron space simulator. Okay. And while I was down there, I went down there for like an interview, and he expressed interest in me. Okay. And I'm already gay, but I didn't want to sleep with him at all.
You didn't want to get any gayer?
Well, he's ugly and fat and gross. And, I really didn't want to do that at all because that's not me.
You saying husky guys don't need love?
Well, he's old.
If anything, I want to be dominated. Stop.
Yes, true. Finally.
Stop.
No, but he's like a Chester the Molester, and I'm 18 and I look like I'm 14.
Right.
And he was totally like into me, and he's like feeling on me, and I was like, okay, whatever. So I spent the night at his house, and he lives in this beautiful mansion, and I wanted to stay. I wanted to work for him.
Daniel, Manic Daniel.
Yeah.
Slow down for 1 second. You glossed over the part about you spending the night at his house after he was feeling you up in the doorway.
Okay, well, I didn't think anything was going to go on. I thought he wanted me to come down to his house and see how we got along. I got along with his staff and whatever.
Oh, I'm sure you got along with his staff just fine.
No. His staff is really nice and everything, but he's the gross one, and they don't know about him. So,
I was talking about thy rod and thy staff, not thy helper and thy staff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I wanted the job, and I thought that he would get over the attraction and everything. And he told me that he wasn't going to hire me on unless I had sex with him.
Right.
And this is like, this famous guy, and I, feel really stupid. And,
You didn't do it, did you?
No.
Good.
And the thing was that I was going to move into I'm from the streets, I came out of Children of the Night, and I came home, I was all messed up, and I thought this was going to be
this guy is an asshole.
Well, he is an asshole, but
hey, that was Drew in real time.
Yes.
But now I feel bad because I could have had everything.
I know. It must be very tough for you, but that would only perpetuate the cycle of abuse that you've been through in your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've been abused before.
No.
Never.
My mother, I was abused by my mother.
All right. You've never been abused before.
Let me put this disclaimer out. When Drew says, have you ever been abused before?
Mm-hmm.
And you were abused by your mom or your dad or a guy dressed in a Santa Claus outfit or an aunt, uncle, niece, gym coach, foreman, doesn't matter. If you're abused by any of the above or anybody else, as long as the word abuse works in, then you would answer yes.
Okay.
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 And this just feeds into that cycle of abuse. This asshole
he
can sense out that you're a good victim for him, and he's going after you.
Well, see, I stayed strong, and I didn't let him go far, and he knows a lot of big people in the world, in the industry, and I thought that it would be cool that I would get some notice and some stuff. And I'm just really upset now because I don't know what to do. I mean, now I have nothing, and I could have had something if I would have played Pretty Woman. And he totally blew me off when I told him that I wasn't going to do it. And then I called him back 2 weeks later, and I told him that I was going to do it.
Daniel, listen, if I married Charles Nelson Riley, I'd be driving a Bentley right now. You understand?
Yeah.
What if? Oh, actually. Anyway, no, forget it. I'm not going to call him.
You would have made a nice couple.
No, he had his chance.
Yeah. Well, I just feel stupid now.
All right.
I don't know if what I did was really the right thing to do.
It was the right thing. You are on the road to recovery, Daniel.
Okay.
Believe me.
Okay.
It was the right thing. Trust in that.
All right.
When you look back on your life, you will look at this as probably a turning point.
Right. Yeah.
Because when you were 16, you would have been over there in some kind of big
Oh, yeah.
blow fest.
Totally, and it's like
Totally.
I've changed, and I would not do that.
All right. This is the step. And this is why it's a little confusing, because you never, emotionally, you don't cross over a border like you're going into another country
and
in a different time zone.
Right.
No, it's shades.
Right.
It's black, it's white, and a lot of gray in between. Right. You are crossing over into the light, Daniel.
Yeah.
But it's not noon, it's dawn.
And here's what you need to hear.
Wait a minute, Drew. That was beautiful,
It was
man.
beautiful, poetic. I'm impressed and proud of you.
Lovely.
However, what you need to hear from us also is that road, the one which you turned away from, would have been not just disastrous emotionally, but he would have continued to abuse you. You would have not gotten things that you wanted, that you believe you might have gotten, and you would have been cast out and tossed off like a piece of God knows what as he goes on to his next affair.
And let me tell you, once he gets you nude in the Gravitron, all bets are off, right, Drew? Gina, 30, you're on Loveline.
Well, I disagree with you when you were talking about the 20-year-old that was kind of attractive to a 31-year-old woman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm 30 and my husband's 21. We've been married for 2 years and we have a good relationship.
All right.
All right. So I think that you should have told him to try to at least see what it's like. My husband's brought me a lot of joy, but he's also taught me a lot of things, and I've taught him a lot of things in the 3 years we've been together.
Like how to use the potty?
Oh, no. He's a very, very intelligent person. He works. He's got a very good job. He takes care of me. I have children. He takes care of my children. He's very intelligent.
All right, Gina. All right, I'm done making fun of you. Here's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
You have to understand, Loveline is much like when you go to Vegas to play a little 21. Now, hear me out. Drew and I are sitting at the table. The dealer's showing a 3. We both have 19. Do we hit? No, we don't hit. Why? We're playing the odds. Now, once in a while, the dealer turns over a face card, then throws an 8 down, 21, and we lose. But we have to play the odds. And odds are Odds are.
That chance. If you don't take that chance and go for it, you'll never know.
So you're saying hit on 19.
You never know.
Ugh.
You never know.
You're going to bust 9 times out of 10. And because we don't...
There's that one time that you're not.
All right, but we're giving advice here, Gina. We can't interview him at length. We can't interview her at length. We haven't even spoken to her. We're just playing the odds.
But you should. But still, he still should be able to go for it if he's interested in her and he's attractive to her and stuff, and he has those kind of feelings and stuff. You know what? If they're friends already, he can just tell her, I'm kind of interested in you romantically or whatever.
They aren't friends. It was somebody he was embarrassed to even go up and talk to.
I'm going on with.
But you know what? I was embarrassed to go up and talk to the man that I'm married to too. I was out of a divorce and everything. I was married to a man older than me, and he was so far into drugs and so messed up. And then this guy comes along, and he's got it all wrapped up. He knows what he wants out of life. And, I mean, my children are they're responsible, respectful people. The 3 years that he's been with me, they're respectable people now. They have manners. They're yes ma'am, no ma'am and stuff. They have someone that cares about them. I have someone that cares about me. And if I wouldn't have took the chance, who knows where I'd be right now. And he might be 21, but, hey, the age don't matter. Age doesn't, okay, I know you think there's a stretch there. But he is a really good guy, and if I never would have took the chance, if I would have thought, okay, I'm just going to stand on my 19 here, and I'm not going to take the chance, I never would have had the love that I have right now.
Gina.
Yeah.
I just went out and had my car Simonized during that speech of yours. Listen, you have a boy and a girl?
I have 2 boys and a girl.
2 boys and a girl. All right, the boys turn out to be serial killers. The girl goes lesbian. That is my prediction.
Well, I think your prediction sucks, and I think the guy should go for it.
All right, Gina.
All right.
All right. Back to the gambling analogy. The guy was on a losing streak, and we wanted him to cut his losses, didn't we, Drew? And don't nod. This is radio.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right,
ridiculous.
All right, it's for calculus.
If you're so narcissistic that you can't see past your own experience, you got a problem.
And
your kids will turn out to be
Let me
serial
make this
killers.
observation. You get the feeling that Gina was sort of doing just a little too much work on this guy's behalf. Like maybe she just felt like there was some part of her that wasn't so secure with this age difference in this marriage. She was selling it a little too hard. Anytime someone sells too hard, I don't trust them. Yeah, okay, again with the nodding, Drew. We're going to have to talk during
more
the commercial.
complicated than that, though.
Yeah, okay. Beverly, 30.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you folks doing tonight?
We're tired, but go ahead.
Yeah, let's see. I have a question, Dr. Drew. Well, I'm just wondering. Okay, I'm a married woman. I have 2 children. My husband, he's 42, and I'm 30. And also I have, I see some people on the side. I'm also bi.
She kind of just tossed that past, didn't she?
Pardon me?
Rushed past that one.
Well, it's probably only a couple of people.
What do you mean you see people on the side?
Well, I'm just wondering, am I, craving attention?
You know what, Adam, why don't we go to the commercials and we'll deal with Beverly's issues when we get back.
Beverly?
Yes.
Can you deal with that?
Sure.
All right. Can you refrain from having sex with a stranger for the 5 minutes you're on hold?
Yeah, I'm alone.
Okay, see what you can do. Loveline, and let's get back to Beverly. Pot that stuff down, Mike. Thank you. Beverly, 30, you're on Loveline.
Hi, I'm back.
Yeah, you're back. Okay, so you're married and you're screwing around a lot.
What's your marriage like?
Well, we've got a pretty steady marriage. He's pretty dependable. I have 2 children. He watches the kids. We work 2 different shifts.
You have 2 kids, you have a stable marriage, and yet you're doing all kinds of stuff on the side. Is that right?
Pardon me?
You have 2 kids and a stable marriage, yet you're doing all kinds of stuff on the side. Is that correct?
I'm just wondering, am I, craving attention or
you can crave attention lots of ways without having sex with people.
Let's chronicle the activities for just one moment. How many guys have you had since your marriage, beside your husband?
Since I've been married?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm counting here. Hold on.
If you got to take your shoes off, that's a bad sign.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Okay.
I say about a dozen.
Okay. You really could have said that 10 minutes ago, by the way.
And
Well,
by the way, you had to take your shoes off to count that.
Well, I don't keep count like some people do.
Okay, about a dozen. And how many women would you say you've been with?
About 3. He knows about the women.
Strangely, guys are very forgiving about that sort of activity. And what about him? Is he up to no good?
No, he's very loyal.
All right, so he's a good liar.
Have you always been this way your whole life?
Promiscuous? No, not really. Just lately in this, maybe the past few years, since got a little taste of it while I was in the service.
Uh-huh. What branch were you in?
Air Force.
Uh-huh. And so, you're calling because you feel it's a problem and you'd like to change?
Well, I'm just wondering, is it like a cry? I'm crying out for attention? Or?
It's more of an inability to have real intimacy and a continued attempt at replacing it with something else.
I think it's insecurity.
But it's whatever you want to put that into. You know, you would call insecurity, lack of self-worth, other things.
So like I had a problem with my mother and father type thing? Or
Probably.
Somebody didn't pay enough attention to you along the way.
Something happened to you along the way, and now you have trouble achieving.
Because I go out karaokeing like every, Thursday night. And
Oh, yes.
Croaking?
Karaokeing.
Karaoke.
Yeah, what's your song?
Oh, I do a little bit of everything. I do a little Alanis Morissette. I do a little Whitney Houston. Oh, they labeled me Dr. Beverly.
Because mine was Lady Willpower by Gary Puckett in the Union Gap. Lady Willpower, it's now or never. Give your love to me. And hot song, huh?
But I have a lot of fun doing that. I meet a lot of people, and anyways.
And you have a lot of sex.
That too, and.
All right, Beverly, listen. It's wrong. Okay? You're making up for something. You understand? Okay. You know it, or you wouldn't call in. Everybody who calls in with a problem and says, I don't know it's a problem, I want to know if it's a problem, you dialed the phone. You know it's a problem. At least your finger knows it's a problem. The one that dialed the phone. So some part of you knows. Listen to that part, and we'll be back in 10. On your mind, a woman wears a certain look when she is on the move.
Thank you, and good night. Paige.
Yeah, just a little safety tip. Do not do any of the Gary Puckett songs on the karaoke night. They're tough to pull
Beverly,
off.
nor do we even mention the fact that she may be potentially exposing her husband to sexually transmitted diseases. She's got 2 kids. I mean, it's a nightmarish situation. Way more going on that we're going to get to in 2 minutes on the radio.
Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. Remember, next week, Thomas Calabro, you know him as Dr. Mancini from Melrose Place. Also the band Slayer and Imperial Dragon next week, so big week next week. Tonight, we have sort of a guest. He's my personal guest. He's Nate, my Catholic little brother, the boy whose mind I've been molding, whose personality I've been shaping
Nate,
for the last
I'm so sorry.
4 years.
Thank you.
Don't say anything.
I'm anxious to hear what they're teaching in the high schools in terms of the health studies and all now.
Oh, yeah, we're talking about that during dinner tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's been a while for us. Are they teaching about condoms and all that?
No, actually, strangely enough, we just did that today. Contraceptives.
Oh, really? Did the teacher actually put a condom on a cucumber or something like that?
Actually, she put it on her fingers, and she also brought in a huge box of all the different kinds.
Uh-huh. And do they give them out at your school?
Not yet. The board is talking about it.
Uh-huh. They figure, let a few more teenagers get knocked up and maybe a few more cases of AIDS spread around before we make any final calls on this one.
Right.
That's just good thinking. That's sound thinking is what that is, Drew. That's good, pragmatic, sensible thinking.
Mike, you better put the music on. I think something's coming.
No. I'm too tired for that crap. I'm out of wind tonight.
Gosh.
It just makes good sense, though, doesn't it, Drew?
It doesn't make good sense.
Let's give it another 25 years.
Yeah.
The hell are they thinking about?
They're thinking that talking about sex to kids makes them have sex, and that's just
right.
Not the
They
case.
think by not putting them there that we're not going to do anything.
Nate, I've been talking to you about sex for 4 years now.
Right.
And it hasn't forced you to go out and get some, has it?
Nah.
No.
Not you, anyway.
Yeah, just don't think of me, please, because I think I could get arrested for that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, and I hope the Catholic Big Brother community doesn't call and want a tape of the show tonight. Paige, 17, you're on Loveline.
Hi. I have kind of a problem. Last Sunday I found out that I was pregnant. I'm about 6 weeks pregnant.
Oh, thank God they didn't give those condoms out at school. Oh, imagine if they had. Imagine the pickle you'd be in now.
But my problem is when I got back from the doctor, I decided to tell my best friend about it. And she told me that she was pregnant, too. And I thought, well, this is great because now I'm not going to be going through it alone. But then she kind of broke down and told me that she's 99.9% sure that it's by my boyfriend that she's pregnant by.
How old is this guy?
18.
Nate? No, you're 17. Okay.
And I don't know whether I should drop both of them or else if I should still stay friends with her. But I don't know because she told her boyfriend that she's been going out with for 8 months.
All right. Is she sure she's pregnant?
Yeah.
And she's
9 weeks.
And she's pretty sure it was your man.
Mm-hmm.
How overwhelming.
And your man. All right. First off, your man should have his penis put on a stump and have it chopped off. There's enough of this nonsense. Yeah. And what do you think the chances are that this guy may take care of both these kids in any kind of way?
Right,
0.
right.
Who's going to take care of these kids, Drew?
And who's going to pay the price for this is Paige, and Paige's parents, and Paige's family.
And you and I, the taxpayer.
Right.
She told her boyfriend that about it, and he said that, he's mad about it and everything, but he wants to take care of the kid.
Well, everyone wants to take care of it. It's just, all right, I'm not cursing. Let's not put a pre-curse on him. Maybe he will. Maybe he'll come through. He sounds like a bastard, but maybe he'll come through. Are you going to keep your child?
Yes, I am.
All right. Very sensible.
Well, good luck. What can we say? He doesn't sound like this is the guy you necessarily want to be married to or that you would necessarily want to raise a child with, but maybe he'll come through. Maybe he'll change in some way as a result of this. I always prefer that the biological parents be involved if it's at all possible, but this guy, if he's misbehaving, if he's not responsible, it's better that he not be involved.
Paige, how long did you say you went out with him?
I've been out with him it's going to be a year and a half on June 2nd.
A year and a half. And are you guys still boyfriend and girlfriend at this point?
Well, I kind of cursed at him a little bit, and I haven't talked to him.
Because of your friend's thing?
Yeah. They don't deny it. They told me about it finally after this has happened to me. And he told me that, so sorry, blah, blah, blah. But
how far along are you?
6 weeks.
Okay, so he got to her 3 weeks earlier.
How quaint.
All right, so, Paige, you decide to keep the child. You have your work cut out for you, but it doesn't mean... it doesn't mean you can't be successful, and it's, we had Suzanne Summers in here 6 months ago, and she was, pregnant when she was 8 or something like that, and her kid's actually older than she is now, but the point is she's doing great, and he's doing great, and everyone's happy, and she's, selling them Budmasters like hotcakes, and it can be done. It just takes a little extra work.
But do you think that I should keep my best friend as a best friend, or...
It sounds like you could do a little better, quite frankly.
Right. I agree. And the guy may be in a relationship with you for the rest of your life just by virtue of the child. So, good luck, Paige. It's tough.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Wow, that's quite a coincidence. We were just talking to Nate. They're having the discussions about whether to get the condoms out there.
Maybe we should send a copy of this to the board.
I wonder, what would I just wonder, how long can you talk about this? And what is your argument? And don't tell me there's a separation between church and state in this country, because who's the one who's in there making the arguments? Is it the atheists? Absolutely not. It's the religious zealots.
Not necessarily.
Absolutely.
No.
Oh, Drew, you are so full of crap.
No,
come on.
I don't think so.
What planet are you from?
There are a lot of people that suggest that are really against talking to kids about sex and giving them access to contraception.
That's the Bible thumpers.
No.
Oh, absolutely. You find me an atheist. Here's what an atheist wants to do. Whatever works mathematically. Whatever makes sense. Whatever the numbers are. If 5 million women get pregnant without condoms and 5,000,001 women get pregnant with condoms, then they'll go without. Whatever it is. Whatever the numbers are. That's all I want. That's all government can do. That's all you can do is go with the numbers.
I knew this was coming.
You cannot let your personal ideology come in. You cannot let your book, your Torah, your Bible, your Quran, you cannot factor any of this crap in. Social mores, out the window. Whatever makes sense. Mathematically, that's it. You give people condoms, if it saves one more kid from not coming onto this earth, then you give them condoms. If you give people clean syringes and it stops one more case of AIDS from being spread, then you give them clean syringes. And that's it. That's all you do as a government. That's what the board talks about. Numbers. That's it.
Let me tell you where your argument breaks down a little bit. Just for instance.
All right.
There's some social institution. It's wrong. But if you try to get rid of it, it's going to create great uprising. Millions of people will die. And if you give it a few decades or a few hundred years, it'll probably kind of burn itself out.
If they try to take the Spice Channel off, for instance, I go on a rampage.
All right.
But it's a crystal knock over in Toluca Lake.
Do you hear what I'm saying, though?
Yeah.
At some point, at some time...
Lighting off M80s under the car.
Absolutely.
Are you hearing me?
What? No, go ahead. I got on a Spice Channel, but go ahead.
We're listening.
What did I say? Imagine a social institution, which is wrong.
What do you mean a social institution?
Just something.
Give us an example.
I'm not going to name it. You just think of something that society does that is wrong. It's something there's inequality of some time in society. It's wrong, but to get rid of it would create huge uprising. There'd be millions of people killed, and it's something that would sort of burn out of the society anyway over many, many decades, given the right circumstances.
Yeah.
Well, what should governments do?
You see, you have to give me an example because otherwise I don't know what you're talking about.
The American Civil War is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Okay. That they looked at it and said, "Oh my God, if we try to get rid of slavery, millions of people will die. We need to get rid of it, and it'll go away eventually. We'll create circumstances that make it go away, but it's wrong, so we have to do something about it."
You saying blacks can't wear condoms?
Oh, no. Forget it.
What's he talking about?
Let's go back to the calls.
All right. Kristen, 14, you're on Loveline.
Hey, I don't know, I got sort of a problem here. There's this guy I'm going with. Well, I'm not really going with him. He sort of thinks I'm going with him. I don't know, he kind of acts like a bitch, but, well, he sort of wants to change me, and I kind of don't like that. I think that's kind of tore back, you know?
Yeah. Kristen.
Huh?
I missed it. Where'd you go to finishing school?
What?
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. He thinks I'm going out with him, but, you know, I don't claim him or anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the only reason why I go over his house is really to eat up all his food and smoke his cigarettes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I don't
Wait, Kristen, what do you want from us?
I feel kind of nervous to, like, tell him that I just sort of want to be his friend and stuff, you know?
Why don't you just get away from this guy?
Yeah.
Just stay away, okay? Does not sound like a relationship that is worth staying with. You go over there to eat his food. That is why you go over there.
And smoke his cigarettes.
Smoke his cigarettes. Not a good reason to sustain a relationship, okay? Don't do it. In fact, if I see what's written up here.
He's not, like, violent or...
How old is he?
He's, like, 21.
And he's a criminal?
Well, he got arrested. You know, he was in YA for 9 years because
Kristen,
he burned down
I don't know what you're trying to get away from at home, but it can't be as bad as what you're climbing into.
What's YA? Young A-holes?
It's youth authority.
All right, Kristen, I'm going on a gut feeling here. I think you're heading for.
I mean, I want to get rid of him. I just feel nervous about doing it. You know.
So you're afraid he's going to come after you?
No, I just feel nervous. Like I don't want to like make him cry or anything. You know, because he's such a sissy.
Wow. Kristen.
What?
You have a lot of anger in your voice. Anyone ever tell you that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Relax a little, Kristen. World's not out to get you. You know what I'm saying? Chill out a little bit. You want to have a good life, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
You do, right? You don't want to walk around with that big chip on your shoulder everywhere, do you?
No.
No, because people see that and they recoil. They don't want to hire you. They don't want to date you. They don't want to let you into the club. They don't want to let you into the restaurant. Relax a little bit, Kristen. You don't like this guy? Fine. Don't go over there. But don't walk around with that chip on your shoulder. Because not everyone sees through it to the loving side of Kristen as easily as I do. They will discriminate against you because you come on a little bit strong.
Yeah.
Now, underneath it all, maybe you're a pussycat, but you come on like a puma and you scare the crap out of everyone. So just relax a little, all right?
Okay.
All right.
Hey.
Hey.
I have a question. Somebody told me that Steve Jones was on your show, was he?
Yeah, I think we had him.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the monkeys, right?
No.
He was in the Sex Pistols.
Right.
Yeah, we had him on.
He sat right there, in fact.
That's right. Sniff the seat. It just smells like Steve.
I'd rather not.
All right,
really.
Nate. Yeah, I could get a lawsuit against me, actually.
Yeah.
I think I signed something with the Catholic Big Brother organization that says I wouldn't force you to sniff old rock and roller seats. Kelly,
Yeah.
you're 15?
Mhm.
Yes.
And I have this like big problem. I was like at a party, and it was like the first party my mom let me go to because she was like really overprotective, and I got kind of loaded, and I kind of had sex with this guy.
Oh, my God. First party you ever went to?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is your Adam's theory.
You don't kind of have sex with somebody.
Well, not
You either do or you
but
don't.
I did.
All right. Nate, he's a young sage. He's Socrates over there. I've trained the boy well.
Yeah, you have.
Yes.
All right, settle down, Nate.
But I just found out that I'm pregnant, and he moved out to Tennessee with his parents. And my mom doesn't know, but I don't know how to tell her.
How long ago did you have this encounter?
It was like a month ago.
And how did you find out
Now,
you were
wait,
pregnant?
how long ago?
A month.
Yeah.
A month. All right.
How did you find out you were pregnant?
I just started feeling really sick, and I decided maybe I might have gotten like pregnant or whatever. So I used one of those tests like 3 times though.
Over the
Got,
counter.
like 3 of them.
Yeah.
And they all came out positive.
All right, so you're pregnant.
Do you want to keep the child?
I don't know.
All right. My vote, abortion.
My vote to tell your parents and get the support you need to make a decision about what it is you're going to do here.
Uh-huh.
Okay? You live in a time when you have many options,
Mhm.
but it doesn't sound like something you're going to want to go or be able, really capable of doing on your own.
Yeah.
And what a conflict for her, though. I mean, these parents are terribly overprotective. She has the loaded spring theory acted out. Remember, Adam? You
Oh,
wait.
yes.
Hello?
Yes. Drew, what do you want me to do? Interrupt you every 5 seconds? Go ahead.
Your spring theory.
Let me tell you something. When Drew's got nothing to say, he picks on me.
It's true.
Wish I had that luxury. Kelly.
Yeah.
We feel for you. We really do. And here's my suggestion.
Yeah.
Please learn from this experience.
Okay.
Be honest with your folks. They sound like they love you enough to look after you in the first place. They're going to be pissed as hell, but then eventually they'll forgive you because they love you.
Uh-huh.
And it will work out.
Yeah.
You're not going to look back and laugh on it, but you'll look back and shake your head one day.
The problem is, it's like I'm a 4.0 student in school, and my mom is just she thinks I'm like this angelic child or whatever, and I had to beg her to go to this party, and I just don't understand how she's going to take it. My parents are divorced and all, so
All right.
my dad's not the very nicest person in the world in the first place.
What did he do to you?
Nothing really. It's just like he's kind of not open to us, me and my brother.
Right.
Just not available emotionally.
Yeah.
And that's what leads to people doing this kind of thing sometimes.
Yeah, and my parents are like in a financial problem as it is, so I don't know how to add to their problems.
All right, Kelly. I'm going to kill myself.
But if you can't bring yourself to tell your parents, get to a social agency, get to Planned Parenthood, and get some counseling on how you're going to handle
All
this.
right, now, Drew, you were chomping at the bit for my coiled spring analogy.
Yeah.
Yes, parents. Listen up, parents. And, we have a large number of teenagers listening to this show and young adults. But it wouldn't hurt for some parents to listen, too, once in a while, so you know what to expect or you know what you're getting. You take a kid and you try to pack him down with your steel-shanked boot, and he is like a big coil, a big spring, like one of those Roadrunner cartoons. You can push him down and you can keep him down for a while. As long as you're standing on top of him, that coil will stay down, believe me. But the second you get up and leave, that thing is coming up at 200 miles an hour, and you know where it's going? Right in your ass. That's right.
Keister.
You're going to keister that spring. That's why it's important to treat your kid like a accordion, like a squeeze box. You bring him in a little, you let him out a little. Little in, little out. Little in, little out. You understand? Little give, little take. Little yin, little yang. Little country, little rock and roll. Little Donnie Maria reference there. Camille, 20, you're on Loveline.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you guys?
I'm punchy.
You guys are great. I'm calling to get a little bit of educated feedback.
Yeah.
I have a boyfriend. We've been going out for about 4 years. We have sex. We use condoms. Except that I've missed 2 periods. The last 2 months, I've missed my periods. I've gone to see my family doctor, and he keeps insisting that I take pregnancy tests. I know that periods are most of the time good, but there might be a chance that it might not work that one time. I don't feel pregnant. I'm not having any pregnancy.
You meant condoms?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Did I say that?
No.
Yeah. No, but go ahead.
I'm not feeling pregnant,
But you got to
but
understand.
I don't know what pregnant feels like.
Right, and for some women, it doesn't feel like anything, at least at the beginning.
I'll tell you, you don't know pain till you've been pregnant, Camille.
But
How do
I
you know
haven't
that?
had a period for 2 months.
I never told you, Nate, but
I've taken 2
your mind.
pregnancy tests. Both of them
Understand,
came out negative.
Camille, the reason for the repeated pregnancy test is that, of course, the most common reason for a missed period would be pregnancy. But women commonly miss periods. There's all kinds of reasons that can happen. This is the first time in your life this has ever happened?
Oh, my periods are on the dot.
That's relatively unusual. Most people
I
have
can
periods.
always name, the date that I'm going to have my period.
That's relatively unusual. I mean, some women are that way, but a lot of women miss for months and they'll get back again. There's lots of different
Stress?
reasons why that can happen. Stress can make it happen.
Weight loss?
Weight loss. I'm very impressed. Adam, what else?
Okay, well...
Lakers getting knocked out of the playoffs?
Camille, what?
That'd be stress, I think.
The 3 things that I'm kind of guessing might be one of the causes, and this is what I'm asking
Right.
and calling to ask about,
Go ahead.
is January of this year, I got diagnosed with bipolar disorder,
You're on meds.
and
meds commonly do that.
I'm taking Depakote.
That is what is doing it.
That was going to be my next suggestion, the Depakote.
Is it it?
Absolutely. It's
Okay.
it's an easy call. Not wait. Let me talk to you real quick.
Who are you talking to?
Camille?
Uh-huh.
What else besides Depakote are you on?
Lithium also.
Okay, and these things will do that. That's what's doing it. There's absolutely no doubt about it.
I had to bring her back so you could say these things will do that? She could hear you.
I mean, she should be checked though, because there are sometimes reasons to induce a period, and sometimes this can be caused from an estrogen deficiency, and sometimes this can be caused from other endocrine problems. Lithium is very commonly a cause of thyroid dysfunction and hyperparathyroid problems. So you definitely need to have an endocrinologic evaluation by an internist or an endocrinologist. Okay.
I've been feeling a little bit light with the, what was that hormone?
Estrogen.
Oh, yeah. Where can I find that in my diet? Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191, 1-800-568-3191. Fax number 310-854-4455. Faxes like this one my colleague, Dr. Drew, is about to read.
This one is from Chad in Arizona. He said, I called your show back in January and was using speed and drinking a lot. I was also a college student. You guys suggested that I seek help. 3 days later, I took your advice. My parents placed me in a drug rehab in Arizona. Stayed there for 12 weeks and have been sober since January 23rd. I tell you honestly that each day has not been easy, but without your advice, I would not be clean and sober. I started summer school at the University of Arizona last Monday. My life now has ordered. Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Dr. Drew and Adam. If you think you guys don't make a difference, you're wrong. You do. Nice.
Hey, that's a keeper, isn't it, Drew?
First. Also, don't throw that out.
What are you going to do with it, Drew? You have no file for such things.
That's true.
That's nice. What's his name?
Chad.
Chad. Thank you, Chad. Much luck. Sally, you're 29. You're on Loveline.
Hi.
Hey.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
A few months ago, you were doing this heterosexual test for women.
Yeah, whatever happened to those tests?
I ran out of steam, Drew.
Whatever happened to those? You had 50 of them you were going to do for us.
Let me tell you what happened to those tests.
Hello?
All right, slow down there, Sally from the Valley. I was, we were doing an air check tape in Weatherly's office. He heard it, and he said it was like an hour too long, and he said to me, we had the cast of Mad TV in at the time, and they were laughing, and he said, what's the deal with all those people laughing? And I was like, they were laughing. Well, sounds like it's all like contrived and everything. And I was like, well, they're just laughing. Well, it doesn't sound good. Like, all right.
Get rid of it.
Next time I'll chew them a new a-hole if they start chuckling during the middle of a comedy bit. But so anyway, he didn't like it that much. He said it was like an hour too long, and I felt like, all right, well, screw it.
Right.
All right. So there you go.
Okay. Well, thanks for
another good idea
thanks for
falls by the
enlightening.
wayside. Sally,
Yes.
what's your question?
Okay, you had one of your questions was dealing with women having any knowledge about cars.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, if you had knowledge of cars, you said that you weren't.
This was the lesbian aptitude test.
Right.
No, you are a lesbian.
No. Wait a minute. Now, women find out little bits and pieces about cars just to impress a guy, knock him over, and take him.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Why don't you test her knowledge?
Sally,
Yes.
let me ask you something about cars. You know bits and pieces?
Bits and pieces.
Mm-hmm. You tell me which car would utilize a torque converter. Would it be a automatic or a standard shift car?
Well, I don't know. See, the last car I've done was the 66 Mustang.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
That was an automatic?
Uh-huh.
That had a torque converter. Torque converter is basically what the clutch is to a stick shift car.
Okay. Well,
You want to try another one?
I'll give him the horsepower. I'll give him the,
All right. So you're saying that works for you?
yeah.
Let me tell you what would work better. A little lip gloss and a tube top.
Yeah, right.
Believe me, no guy wants to go out with frickin' MacGyver. I could care less whether the chick's been under a car or not. She looks good. She sounds good. Look at Drew over there. Drew, let me tell you what happened to Drew. He slept for an hour and a half last night. We had to do this godforsaken photo shoot for
8 hours.
For the TV show tonight, which was 8 hours. So basically it went like this. Drew and I got home at 12:30, 1 o'clock last night, and then I woke up at 5 and did the morning show. And then
I woke up at 6 and went to work.
Right, and then we both went in and did this 8-hour photo shoot and for the TV show, and then we came straight here. So we're both just punchy as hell. But Drew, you got a call picked out there?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, let me just finish that thought, by the way. It's not important that you know a lot about cars, ladies, unless it's for your own car. But a guy doesn't. No, I've never met a guy that said, she was really hot, she had really big cans, she's really sporty, man, but she was a little light on her knowledge under the hood, so I had to cut her loose. Man does not care about that. It's a man's job to know about the car.
People can be interested in the broader people make them their areas of interest. The more interesting they are to other people.
Yeah, right. Mason, 20.
Who?
You.
Hey, what's up, man?
I wonder if that's his real name.
Hey, y'all got a great show, and I thought last night, man, I laughed my ass off.
You were?
The fruit salad.
My situation is I haven't been in a relationship for about 3 years now. And that's mainly because the last relationship I was in was really intense, and it took me a long time to recover from it. And basically, when I did get over it, I basically told myself, I've gone this long without one. I might as well just build other traits in myself, by myself, and continue on with my own goals and everything.
That's right, like Kung Fu, wandering through the American landscape.
Well, recently my close friends, I have a lot of close friendships with girls, and more girls than guys, but they told me, things like, well, if you don't have relationships, you're not going to build certain parts of your personality, and it's kind of like one part's going to be immature and a lot of parts are going to be real mature.
That's
and
right.
You're going to go through life,
Yes, I can tell you the BS part of your personality will be vastly underdeveloped if you stay out of relationships.
Well, basically, I was going to continue on this route of, self-discovery, whatever, on my own part for the next 3 or 5 years until I was ready to commit myself to somebody. But
Mason, let me ask you a quick, honest question.
Yeah?
Are you on a road to self-discovery, or are you just watching a lot of TV?
No, man, I don't watch any TV. I play music.
Okay, because you don't sound real self-actualized to me.
I understand that, but I'm tired. The fact is, people often need to learn what it is to be alone and find out who they are and what their needs are and what they wish to do with their lives, and not be in a relationship. And there can be phases of one's development and growth that really are important to go through outside of relationships.
That is not from the age of 17 to 21, by the way.
Not typically.
That is
Not
after
typically.
your third wife dies and you take a little walk on the beach and then you're back banging hookers the next day. Okay?
Well, So you're saying I should get out?
I'm saying if you've had some relationships, you've had some experiences, you need some time by yourself, take that time
He
by
has
yourself.
taken it. He took it.
Yeah.
He used part of mine and Nate's time, too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Hogging all the time, this Mason.
How long was that? I missed that.
3 years.
3 years. Please, be involved with your own show, Drew. Pretend the show's your kids for 5 minutes, would you? Mason, listen.
Yeah.
Finding time for yourself after a stormy relationship is totally fine.
Okay.
Finding 3 years is BS.
So what you think is maybe he's frightened away from relationships because of the pain he experienced in that one, and he's just overreacting.
Yeah,
to that.
he is not seeking out the truth. He's running from
Right,
it.
okay.
All right?
That makes more sense.
Mason?
Yeah.
You made the call to us tonight. You know something's up.
Yeah.
It's time to get back on the horse.
Not only did you make the call, you waited on hold for 104 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Believe me, you could have found yourself in that time. Should have used that whole time to find yourself. A quick message to all the Loveline listeners. While on hold, please find yourself.
Take it out.
Well, I would rather find somebody else, I guess.
All right. That's right. All right. Open yourself up.
All right, man.
Dare to love again, Mason.
Thanks, man.
All right. I really think I'm doing some good tonight, Drew. I really think I'm helping.
Okay.
Nate, you think I'm helping?
Maybe. I don't know. You're coming closer than you usually do.
That's true. I'll give him that.
You want to ride home or you want to walk?
No, that's
all right.
about as close to a compliment as you're going to get at times.
Let me tell you, there's Nate over here. Nate used to come out to my shows when I was a struggling comedian, doing the sketch comedy theater over there at the Acme Theater in North Hollywood, little bare bones kind of situation. The man would be up on stage, leaving part of his soul out there, not to mention some sweat and blood. When the show was over, we'd be driving home. I'd say, how'd you like the show tonight, Nate? He'd go, it's okay.
You have to give some compliments along the way.
Yeah, it was okay. It's not considered a compliment, by the way, Nate.
Oh, okay.
That's all right. I'll just keep giving till it hurts. Bridget, 16, you're on Loveline.
Hi, I've got a really, really big problem. I have 2 boyfriends, and I didn't do it on purpose. It's like I was going out with this one guy for a long time, 2 years, but it was always on and off. And we were off for a week, and I was seeing this other guy, and he asked me out, and I said, why not? And then I started talking to my ex-boyfriend again, and he said, well, it was a mistake. Let's just call it a misunderstanding. And I was like, so I ended up with 2 boyfriends, and neither one of them know about it.
Right.
Big problem is I was going to break up with the one that just asked me out, and I don't like him that much. I was going to break up with him tomorrow, and he just called me at 9 o'clock, and he's like, I bought tickets to the prom, so you're going with me on Saturday.
You poor victim. I sympathize because one time I killed this drifter, by mistake, of course,
What happened to asking girls out to the prom?
He did. Well, he bought the ticket
called
first.
Her up and said, hey, you're going.
He bought the tickets, and he goes, oh, we're going to prom tomorrow.
Bridget, the longer you delay telling him the truth, the deeper into this you're going to get.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. That reminds me of something. Nate, how are you fixed for a prom date? You need a date?
I decided not to go.
You could use one, though, couldn't you? If you had a suitable escort, would you go? I'll chip in for the bid. Why not?
No, when they quit selling bids.
They did?
What's a bid?
It's a prom bid. It's basically, what is it, $60 or something?
It's actually it's 80, I think.
$80.
It's real expensive.
You buy it. It's really extortion. Believe me, let's take some of that goddamn lotto money and put it toward the price of the prom. You
exactly.
Stupid school system.
You're paying $180 a couple.
All right. We're running over time here, but let's just say we got 20 minutes in the show left here. Young Nate, he's quite a young man. I'll vouch for him. And maybe I'll even drive you guys to the prom or something.
Oh my God!
Yeah, this is great. This is radio here. We'll see if we get a call. Phone screener Sherry?
Or fax.
If we get a call or fax that wants to escort my young ward to the prom, then maybe we can work a little something out.
You're right.
All right.
Except
as long as we're not
bids.
liable for anything that might happen.
No, don't worry. I'll keep an eye on the kids.
All right.
All right, Bridget?
Yeah.
We're putting you on hold. But don't go anywhere.
Okay.
Because we'll get to this after this.
Hi, this is Billy from Green Day, and you're listening to Loveline.
Remember, next week, Thomas Calabro, Dr. Mancini from Melrose Place. Also Slayer, also Imperial Drag, all next week on the Fabulous Loveline. This week, it is me, it is Drew, and it is my young Catholic little brother, Nate, who's been sitting here and minding his P's and Q's quite nicely, I might add. Obviously, some of the rear and took, didn't it, Drew?
Responding to the beatings you've been giving him.
Absolutely. No. I mean, absolutely not. All right, now let's see. Where do we leave off? Who are we talking to?
Brigitte.
Brigitte, yes. Brigitte.
Yeah.
You're 16.
Yeah.
You're still 16. And tell us about your prom again.
All right. I have two boyfriends, and
Right.
the one that just asked me out, we just don't have a lot in common, and I was going to break up with him on Friday.
And he asked you to the prom.
Well, he told me we were going to go to the prom, and I tried to tell him it's really short notice.
Brigitte, are you going to go to the prom with him?
I don't really want to.
No. Look, are you going to go to the prom with him?
Don't do it.
No.
No, there's no way. You're going to go with the other guy, right?
Well, the other guy's not a senior. He's not active.
I see. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, again, the further in you go with this, the more difficult it's going to be for you. I think you've got to come clean with the second guy and get on with your relationship with your boyfriend.
Yeah, and don't go to the prom with him because basically you're saying, I like you and I would like to continue our dating if you accept his bid to the prom.
And it's going to make your boyfriend awfully angry. Wouldn't you think?
Well, should I tell him? Should I tell my boyfriend? Should I tell my boyfriend from that I've had for a long time that I was seeing another guy, and I don't know if
Is that important? I don't know that that's important. I mean, you guys were broken up. You did
Well,
whatever you
sorta. She was two-timing him. Bridget, listen. Here's the deal. Are you going to do it again?
No.
You promise?
I promise.
All right, don't go to the prom with this guy.
Right.
Don't say anything to your boyfriend because it will only ruin his sleep. And don't do it again.
All right.
All right?
Okay, thanks.
All right, mahalo. John.
Hey.
Hey, you're 21, you're on the Loveline.
Have you noticed how depressing the commercials are you guys play?
The later it
we get, yeah.
The gases.
Yep.
I have a quick anatomical question for Drew.
Yeah.
Me and my girlfriend have been sexually active for probably about a year.
Uh-huh.
We've always been very compatible.
Mm-hmm.
And just recently she said that it's starting to hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And she says that I've grown. But I'm 21 already, and I was wondering, doesn't your penis stop growing after a certain time?
Around 21.
Around 21?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well.
So it's
Hey,
possible.
John.
Yeah.
Real quick, what do you eat?
What do I eat?
Yeah, well, what do you eat on a normal day? Any special food? You eat, mango leaves or anything like that? Anything special?
What's wrong, Adam?
No, just curious.
Sure.
Just curious. Nothing?
A lot of meat.
A lot of meat?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay.
All right.
Any particular animal?
Cow.
Okay.
Adam, you gonna go out and buy some steaks?
I had one tonight, actually. Oh! Geez, I felt something shift. So,
Maybe we should head back there.
According to John's logic, the Eastern Indian folks are all hung like fleas. Drew, you ready to move on?
Yes, please.
Mm-hmm. Lee, 22.
Hi.
Did you know that Gandhi wasn't hung?
I'm sorry?
Okay. What's your question, 22-year-old Lee?
Yeah, I have a question for the doc.
Yeah.
My girlfriend just went for a pap smear about 2 weeks ago, I guess.
Right.
And they told her that she has some kind of cell that a lot of times leads to cancer.
Right.
And I was wondering, is it safe for us to have intercourse?
Yes. Have they done any procedure yet to sort of take that away?
No, they're going to let her go back and have like a biopsy or something.
Right. Just make sure that she asks those sorts of questions around the time of those procedures, because there will be periods of time where she is not to have sex.
Okay.
Just because of the procedure, but you got to understand that this is what women have pap smears for.
Right.
That it's a common thing. You get it. It's just like if you had precancerous lesions on your skin, you get them taken off, you watch them, and that's the end of it. Okay.
Okay,
All
great, thanks.
Bye-bye.
All right, Lee. Mm-hmm. Mikey.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, 28, we're sober.
Yeah, I might be able to hook Nate up with my sister Hilda.
Broomhilda?
Yeah, she's about 350 pounds, all woman.
Yeah, Nate have to strap a board to his ass for that one.
Right. My problem is, I don't know if maybe the doctor could help me out here. I might need to see a doctor. I've had a problem for about 13 years with chronic nail biting.
Yeah, I
To
mean,
the point where the hag wants to leave me, I don't really care if she does. It's just I want to find out, is there...
couldn't have anything to do with your romantic spirit.
No, it could be, but is there any kind of a ointment or something
Hold on, is this Cyrano de Bergerac?
Yeah, I'm really, this has been a real pain in the ass,
All right.
Is there any kind of ointment or anything?
Hold on, Mikey. Do you do any other kind of obsessive behaviors, or compulsive behaviors, like tearing your hair out or anything like that?
No, that's one thing I don't do.
Misogyny?
I just bite her down to the frickin' bone,
Yeah, you really destroy your nails.
Yeah, I play guitar too, and I cut off the callus too. It's just kind of sickening.
Well, what kind of music do you play, Mikey?
A little rock and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to categorize
What
them,
bands do you cover?
Acid rock? No. I just play guitar, this hobby,
Oh, okay. All right. Not a band. You're not a rock star.
No.
That's fine.
Mikey, that kind of behavior suggests it may well have an emotional sort of basis to it, and there are medication you can take depending on what's going on diagnostically, to what the disorder actually is. But there are many medications that would likely improve that behavior. They actually, if I understand right, there's actually sort of aversive stuff you can put on your nails.
Meaning you bite into it and it tastes like
tastes
poo.
like hell. Yeah, you can't do it.
Just dip your fingers in a can of...
No, there's I forget what it is, frankly. The dermatologist.
Yeah, but it's like what they do with they do it with dogs.
Right.
I mean, dogs don't bite their paws, but what I'm saying is that dogs keeps biting himself, has a rash, it keeps biting his ass. They put some of that apple bitter stuff on there, and the dog bites it, gets a bad taste. Hence the whole Pavlovian theory, and he stops biting his ass because he associates it with a bad taste.
But Mikey sounds like he has a little more than just a fingernail problem.
Yeah, Mikey sounds like cuticles would be are the least of his worries at this point. Yummy!
Yeah?
15, you're on Loveline.
What's up, Adam?
Hey, Yummy!
Dude, you're like my idol, man. I go to school every day and recite your, theories and stuff.
All right. It's
All right, I got this
a frightening prospect, I must
yeah,
tell
I
you.
wonder
that's very...
what's your GPA, Yummy?
3.7.
Really?
Wow.
Wow, getting through to the intellects of society.
Yeah.
Yes, go ahead, Yummy. You're obviously not only book smart, but street smart as well.
Yeah, all right. I went to this youth group the other night and with my friend CJ, and, my ex-girlfriend was there, and, instead of going to the youth group, we kind of ditched it, and we got this guy to buy us a 40, and, she drank it and got a little drunk, and, I kissed her, and I feel wrong about it.
Oh, so you did that thing.
Huh?
You did that thing that I did when I was 15, which is you stand outside a liquor
Yeah.
and you wait for a guy to come by, a guy that looks basically like what you are going to look like when you're 20.
Yeah.
21. And you go, hey, man, I forgot my ID, even though you got pimples and a bad teenage mustache and you're about 4 feet tall. And could you buy me, here's $5. Could you buy me a six-pack? Here's, you'd have to try 20 guys, but eventually there'd be some guy who'd do it. It was really cool. Some guy, usually a guy named Kurt.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks, Kurt. That's cool. But here's the great part. You give Kurt $10. And by the way, when I did this is 1977, You give Kurt $10 to get a six-pack of Mickey's Big Mouth. Kurt come back, give you 50 cents. It's like, hey, Kurt, it was $9.50 for a six-pack? And there's one missing, too, by the way. And the guy's like, yeah, man, raise the price. Oh. Did he screw you on the money, or did he give you the 40?
My friend Christine watched him, and she's kind of hot, so he didn't want to cheat her.
All right, so Kurt was cool.
Yeah.
All right, so he gave you the 40 ouncer. You got a little loaded.
Yeah, and then we kissed, and I think she wanted to do more, but I didn't want to. My friends say that she took advantage of me, but I feel like I took advantage of her.
Let me tell you, I could kiss Drew right now, no one would take advantage of anybody. Hold on.
No.
Spit out that gum, Drew. I'm coming in for the kill. Here's the deal, Yemi. Just kissing. No harm, no foul.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She's your girlfriend, right?
Ex-girlfriend.
All right, ex-girlfriend. So you guys rekindled the little thing. It was a little weird. But it was just kissing.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's okay.
You kiss your mom.
Yeah, you kiss your mom.
Maybe not the same way, but you
Not,
do kiss her.
not with your tongue all the time.
Well, but it's understanding he'd feel confused and feel kind of awkward. You don't want to have a relationship with this girl, right?
Well, yeah, I do, and like I asked her out again, but she doesn't know.
Well,
maybe
so, the whole thing is kind of confusing for you. It'll sort itself out. If you want to go after her, keep going after her. If it doesn't work out, that's why she's the ex-girlfriend.
You done, Confucius?
Yeah.
Hey, not going to give the phone number, not going to give the fax number. Remember, next week, Dr. Mancini from Melrose Place, Slayer, Imperial Drag. Tonight, my young ward, Nate, is in studio. Time for one more quick call. Eric, 21, you're on Loveline, real fast.
What's up, guys?
Hey, how you doing?
What's up? Well, I got a question for you guys. Whenever I get an erection, my head gets big, but my shaft kind of stays. It grows a little bit, but not too much.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? It's like restriction of blood flow, and I'm just wondering, like, what causes that?
Yeah, it's like when you're at the carnival and they're blowing the balloons up and they have that long sort of tube and they put the balloon at the end. That's like you, right?
I suppose, man.
Yeah, what's up with that? Once in a while, guys are stricken with this. Drew?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait, the guy's penis, his shaft stays about the same, but the end, the head of the penis, and gets abnormally large.
That's just him.
Big, like probably like golf ball. You know what I'm saying? A little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, you know?
That will create a piston-like effect during intercourse.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what the heck that is. I mean, is the blood flow like what's going on, huh?
Drew, is there anything to correct this?
Not that I'm aware of.
Really?
I don't know.
Never heard of that?
You need to find yourself a woman with a vagina shaped like a mushroom.
I have a woman.
All right, how's she
I have
shaped?
a woman. It's cool.
Anne's raising her hand over there.
What's that?
Anne apparently has all the vegetables of the garden down there. Anne, do you have that shape?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, fantastic.
Is that bad?
No, absolutely not.
Thank you.
All right. I've been known to eat mushrooms on occasion.
Dude, that's gross, man.
All right, Eric, you got a girlfriend. Everyone's happy. We're out of time.
All right, thanks, man.
All right, take care.
Bye.
All right, well, as usual, I want to thank the lovely Lisa for doing a great job on the phones tonight, the beautiful and talented Sherry for doing a good job on the phones tonight. Fun and interesting calls tonight. Also, the bus driver, the one who steers the show in the direction that it goes. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. The lovely, the angular one, producer Ann. Also, the one nut wonder, the man who rarely gets off his ass, but when he does, it's usually for something important.
Who gives a rat's ass?
Like to go to the vending machine or maybe to the bathroom. The one nut wonder, engineer Mike. And on the main mic, myself, Adam Carolla. Also on backup mic over there and falling asleep, Dr. Drew. I'd like to thank young ward Nate for coming in tonight. Yeah, okay, that's your cue to say something, you moron.
Say something like what?
All right, fantastic. Just so people
thank
know who
you,
you are.
brother. Okay,
all right,
thank
I'm
you.
leaving
Thank you,
already. All right, I'm dropping your ass off. I'm going home and going to sleep. Remember,
like a
next
plan.
week, talk to us Sunday. Big show. We'll see you then.
Right. I got it. Thanks.
You've been listening to Loveline.
The opinions expressed on Loveline, especially by Adam Carolla, are not necessarily those of the staff, management, or sponsors.
Or even the character voices. Loveline, produced by Ann Wilkins for Westwood One Entertainment.